Year 2. This is it's the 29th of July 2022. Put in the front garden I'm starting this year. I put this grow box on the shelf on the fence here, which is supported on back. It's like type like shelving back, and I've put in some fuchsias and some gladioli, which are looking fabulous here at the front. Hopefully these will come back every year, I'm hoping. They were actually put in last year, but they didn't flower, whereas this year they have done. So, I mean, obviously I haven't really started on the front garden yet much. We had some blue tits in the box this year, in the front there. I've not mentioned this before, but this is my... I'll turn it. This is my Japanese beer tree, which should get enormous eventually. I think it was called Matchless Thumbersia, and just 20 years ago in 2002 there was only 5 of these known in the UK to exist. This one was taken from a cutting grown in Burncoose nursery in Cornwall. I hope eventually to move it to the back garden somewhere when it's got a proper place, but at the minute I haven't managed to do that yet. I haven't really done much with the front garden yet, I haven't really started, but I did put in, on this old trellis, I have put in a Claire Austin rose. Now, it's finished flowering now, but it was fabulous a month ago. There was flowers all over. It can handle a shady north-facing aspect like this. So I'm hoping that'll come back every year, like with nice big blooms like we had in June on that. And it hasn't required much attention. I mean, I've deadheaded it, I've tied it in, it's had a feed and that, and I think it's going to be low maintenance. Claire Austin's quite resistant to most pests and to fungus as well. I haven't had any powdery mildew on that one. Right, now moving around into the back garden like last year. Just shut the gate. This section obviously still hasn't been done yet. I haven't put the roses up here, the ramblers I'm planning to put on the gable end of the house here. Haven't gotten round to that yet. And then the clematis, there'll be like an arch here, through here hopefully, with clematis going up it. But into the back garden, and we've got the new dawn roses here on the fences. Now these are, unfortunately, what with the hot weather we've had, these are showing a bit of leaf burn, unfortunately, and the flowers have finished, so it's a bit late to be filming these. And obviously every year in the pots I just put in a selection of annuals here, this one as well. So we've got some phlox and bitty lilies and bacopa, which is the little white flowers. There's one there, that's a bacopa, and some phlox and pansies and that. Now, it could also be maybe that there's a potash deficiency on this rose, and these plants and the flowers especially are pulling the nutrients out of the 2 pots. But I like them anyway. Every year I put them in. The herb planter, the parsley's finished. I'm just leaving that to collect the seeds. The thyme will come back anyway. Now I planted up. I sowed the seeds on the 1st of March this year, the first sowing. Now, there's a German chamomile. These things are prolific. I don't want that in there. Just get that out the way. And then I put that sorrel's finished, that red vein sorrel there. I'll have to collect the seeds from that. And obviously the Mizuna is finished too, but I've already taken that out and I've just sown some more. It's the 29th of July. I think I might have said August earlier, but it's July. And now I grow, these are red mustard actually, the sign hasn't gone up for that. They're later, you can sow them in July. And you can sow Mizuna, I think in July is the latest. Excuse me. And you can sow pak choi in August, still outside in the north of England, for a late harvest, maybe in October. They're they're kind of the late ones you can sow, but everything else I've been sowing since summer. So like we've got Suffolk Punch, mixed leaf, and assorted I think it was contrast, mixed leaf contrast there on those one. I mean, I had more of them in here, like, but I've taken it out, and then that's the last sowing. Probably this year, maybe another one next month, and some wild and some rocket as well. And this has done really well. My own seeds. Here, this bit was my seeds. Rocket my seeds, it says on that. I'm just there. You can barely read it. And yeah, they've done really well. But the chive, I found trying to sow that outside on the 1st of March, it didn't come. There was no germination. So that, I think, was sowed in April. The same with the lamb's lettuce here, which is a really tasty stuff. I quite like that. You can just obviously pick and come back and take more. But that required longer. This year I put this little outside mini greenhouse in here to be able to grow some extra things outside the greenhouse, because in April, when a lot of the summer bedding's still in the greenhouse, it gets really chocker and they're really full. There's another space I would like some cool frames, one on that side and one on that side when all these bricks are moved out of the way, so that'll help as well. Some of last year's apples that were started from seed, they'll go down the park. I'm not planning to rootstock any of these. They'll go down to the park. I think it was English russet, and the pink ladies have just been sown. They tend not to germinate very well. I had English russet and Granny Smith, that one was. So there's other things. Starting, there's some lavenders there, which will be going in the garden, and then the main part of it I'll explain. I mean, at this moment, to be honest, I'm busy doing winter bedding now. We're not going to do much of that this year, due to some seeds coming from a poor supply and not germinating. Right, the main part of the garden then. Like last year, I have done these pots again, and we're going for the same kind of ascending sort of wave of flowers up the tip, up the wigwam here, and then down like this. Obviously, the washing post in the way, but there's nothing I can do about that. 1 second. What? So, got rosemary here, some more lemon balm, some lovely petunias here. And this pot I'm particularly pleased with. Unlike last year, it was a mess. This was just all kind of what was left over, really, from the rest of the bedding. So we've got marigolds, lavatiera. There was some freesia, but it's finished now. That's kind of the end of it there. And then some dahlias. And I think there's only one at the moment that's actually finished. I'll deadhead that, and that one over there is finished as well. Deadhead that. If you deadhead this, more of them will come back. And there's some asters there, but obviously this section's the bit I'm most proud of. We've got some asters here, Duchess mix, I think it was, an ostrich feather mix again, and some geraniums at the front, but they haven't yet flowered. And then the dahlias, and this year I've gone for Mykonos dwarf doubles. There's some bishop's children here. This section here, there's one that's actually open. Yeah, at the minute they've been deadheading there. The geranium behind's finished, and then with the wigwam, the sweet peas will climb up again like last year. But I put some sunflowers in this year. Down there's some aqualesia, but it won't come till next year. Started. The apple tree I put in last year, I don't think it was in last year's video. It hadn't gone in yet. This is a Macintosh red, and I'm particularly pleased. I hope there's going to be quite a bit of fruit off this. Some pansies down there at the bottom. I've got some more to come in actually, because those ones are just beginning to come to the end, kind of, really. And then we've got some little violas down here. That is more forget me not, but it won't flower till next year because that's a biennial. Yeah, and then again here we've got the lemon balms again, or Melissa, sometimes known on both sides. And then this wasn't there here last year. This has done really well this year. This bed here, which is just an assortment of everything I could possibly stuff in, especially the nasturtiums and the marigolds. The honeycomb marigolds here are wonderful at the front here. This was garden compost that I used here with some potash in it. And I'm just beginning to put out things like calendulas now. The cosmos are still in flower. If you deadhead them, you get loads more. And I've just filled up that pot with more, so that's in. I think come the end of August there's going to be a wonderful display of dark red scarlet coloured ones. I think it's called gazebo red, that one is. And the Lavaterra, this is a black currant actually. It tends to fruit later, but something's attacked that. It does every year though, to be honest. Haven't had much success with the clematis. I had to tie it up. It didn't grow up like I wanted it to. The vision was for it to come all the way up, like climb all the way to the top of that fence, well, that particular fence kind of panel in there, but it hasn't, and I think it needs to be in a pot. Of course, the urn with the begonias look wonderful, just nestled in there like that. I cleared this area and put some outdoor tomatoes in here. This is where the bird bath used to be. We didn't have any birds in this box this year. The great tit normally makes its home in there. There was a bumblebee in there though, living in there, just sort of like high. I think it was kind of, it survived the winter. I think it was on its own. Yeah, I mean, this area was nothing but a mess really, and this is brandy wise, this particular genus. I've staked some of them of tomato. It's a new hybrid, totally blight resistant, early and late blight and septoria leaf spot. No blight at all. But maybe I started them a bit late, so I'm thinking perhaps maybe in the north of England, I think the 1st of June, you need flowers on the 1st of June, not as late as July like this. I mean, the flowers have been on a while now, a good month, so I'm hoping I'll get some fruit off them now. The bottle garden, I've just done that. I'm leaving that out to dry. I didn't intend to move that into the corner, but it was a little bit waterlogged, the soil. It's going to rain, so I'm going to have to pull it in the greenhouse, which I will show you later in video 2.